Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.com.
In continuation to the last class, in this class we start with example problem. So after completion of the topic what we discussed in our previous class, there is one example problem, that is example 8.3. So first we will discuss example 8.3. After completion of this, we will go to discuss a very important topic, escape speed. Not only board point of view, for NEET point of view also, this topic escape speed is very important. Romba mukyamana topic. Okay, right. Now first you see this example 8.3. Find the potential energy of a system of 4 particles placed at the vertices of a square side L. So see this picture also, right? See this picture, observe carefully. This is what 4 particles, right, of equal mass, small m, small m, small m, small m, like that, placed at the vertices of a square side L. Okay, that is what. Also obtain the potential at the center of the square. Okay, so 2 things we have to do. One is we have to find the potential energy of the system of 4 particles, and afterwards we also need to obtain the potential at the center of the square. This is the center of the square, no? So what is square? Is a geometrical picture, you know very well, which has 4 sides and all the sides are equal. Okay, right. Now see here, consider 4 masses each of mass small m at the corners of a square side of L. We have 4 mass pairs. Please try to understand why I am calling it as 4 mass pairs, because it is one pair, ma. It is second pair, third pair, fourth pair. So 4 particles are there and 4 pairs also there, 4 mass pairs. Consider 4 masses each of mass small m at the corners of a square of side L. We have 4 mass pairs at distance L and 2 diagonal pairs. So this is one diagonal pair and this is another diagonal pair. 2 diagonal pairs at distance root 2 into L. This is L, this is L, no? So by using Pythagorean theorem, and hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. By using that formula, you can find out the diagonal. That is what we will get it as root 2 L, root 2 small l, because it is small l, no? So this is also small l, this is also small l, this is also small l. Finally here we are getting root 2 into small l. Hence W of R is equal to minus 4 into gm square by L minus 2 into gm square by root 2 into L. This is because of 4 pairs like this, and this is because of these 2 pairs, diagonal pairs, right? Now that is equal to mathematically you can do this, no? Because it is root 2 will come here. This 2 you can write it as root 2 into root 2. Then root 2 will get cancelled, no? So root 2 will be remaining here. So there, if you do like that, right? Otherwise directly you can do, that is what, because here also 4, here 2, no? So you can take 2 gm square by L as common. So minus 2 gm square by small l, minus 2 capital G small m square divided by small l. If you take it as common, here 2 will be there, no? Here 1 by root 2 will be there, no? 2 plus 1 by root 2. 2 plus 1 by root 2, okay? Right. It is what root 2 means 1.414 and true value. And if you complete this process, that is what division of, this is the small 1 by root 2 and adding to 2. Finally, we are getting minus 5.41. Minus 5.41 gm square by small l, minus 5.41 gm square capital G small m square by small l. Right. Next, there the gravitational potential at the center of the square, the gravitational potential at the center of the square r, small r, is equal to root 2 into l by 2, root 2 into l by 2, right? So okay, so this is what he is asking, he is going to calculate, or he is going to say the gravitational potential at the center of the square, okay? That is what it is totally root 2 into L, no? I already told you, root 2 into L, no? So when it is root 2 into L, what about this, ma? It is root 2 into L by 2, no? So that's why he has written R is equal to root 2 into L by 2. U of R, generally gravitational potential we are going to represent by using the letter U of R is equal to minus 4 root 2 GML by, minus 4 root 2 GM by L, minus 4 root 2 GM by L. This is what gravitational potential at the center of the sphere, gravitational potential at the center of the sphere, okay? So if you overlook this problem once again, we calculated potential energy of a system of 4 particles placed at the vertices of a square side L. So one of the important point we have to keep in mind, the potential energy of a system of particles also depends upon the distance between them. Okay, if you take 4 particles, distance among them. That's why here, see, find the potential energy of a system of 4 particles will be different. Placed at the vertices of a square side L, placed at the vertices of a square side L, full stop. Also obtain the potential at the center of the square, also obtain the potential at the center of the square, full stop. Answer, see here, right? So that's we calculated, no? This is what W of R, hence W of, this is that what potential energy of the system. So this is what 4 pairs because of this side, and 2 pairs, this is diagonally opposite side. We got it as minus 5.41 G, capital G small m square by small l. Right there, next he asked to calculate, obtain the potential at the center of the sphere. That's we got it as minus 4 root 2 capital G small m by small l. Right, now next continuation topic to this, that is what escape speed, right? So for listening also it is very interesting, no? So what is escape speed, right? What is speed, you know, from the chapter motion in a straight line. Speed is the distance traveled by a body in unit time, distance traveled by a body in unit time. Otherwise, speed is defined as rate of change of distance traveled by a body, rate of change of distance traveled by a body, okay, right? Here escape speed, right? So I'll tell you one important point, ma. Suppose for example you are taking a stone, a small mass of stone, and you are throwing it into vertically upward direction. What will happen? So it will travel towards the direction in which you are going to throw up to certain distance and up to certain time. Afterwards what will happen? Again it will come back by following the same path, no? See, generally when you are playing cricket and something, the ball you are going to throw into air, that is what in vertically upward direction. But after completion of that, what will happen? Again it comes to, again you are going to catch the same ball, no? Okay, right. But my interesting points, the interesting point what I want to explain here is, for example, you are going to throw the ball with high speed when compared to the previous, then what will happen? Then it is going to reach more height when compared to the previous. It's going to travel more distance when compared to the previous situation, but again it will come back. Suppose, for example, by using a mission, suppose you are going to throw the object with much greater speed and with greater and greater initial speed, then what will happen? The object scales higher and higher heights. Okay. So generally here we have a small doubt. So we all are living on a planet Earth. By throwing a small object of certain mass m towards a vertically upward direction, after completion of certain time it will come to back to reach the hand, to reach us. If we increase the initial speed, it is going to travel more height, then again it will come back to the hand, again it will come back to reach the hand. Okay, right. Suppose if we increase the initial speed more and more, what will happen? Is there any possibility of a stone or a certain amount of mass what we are going to throw to escape from the field of gravity? Is a very interesting question. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. See here. So what is the principle of conservation of energy tells us? The principle of conservation of energy helps us to answer this question. What is the question? So if you provide the initial speed to a particular object, as much as high, then the body will escape permanently from surface of earth. That speed is called as escape speed. Okay, you can see here, see this. Suppose the object did reach infinity and that its speed there was Vf, full stop. The energy of an object is the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy the energy of an object is the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy. As before, W1 denotes the gravitational potential energy of the object at infinity. That's what we discussed in our previous class, right? So I'll repeat once again. You see here, suppose the object did reach infinity and that its speed there was Vf, right? So when the object is at infinity, its speed is Vf, full stop. The energy of an object is the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy, right? The energy of an object is the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy, right? Full stop. As before, W1 denotes that gravitational potential energy of the object at infinity. Okay, right. The total energy of the projectile at infinity then is. Projectile means it doesn't deviate from the actual meaning. Projectile means the object which is going to throw into vertically upward direction with certain initial speed. Projectile is nothing but anything which is thrown with certain amount of speed. Okay, right. The total energy of the projectile at infinity then is E of infinity is equal to W1 plus mvf square by 2. Is like equation number 1. This is what we derived in our previous class. If the object was thrown initially with a speed vi from a point at a distance h plus re. H plus re means where? Re means what? Radius of earth. If the object was thrown initially with a speed vi from a point at a distance h plus re from the center of earth. Okay, so re means from surface of earth. H plus re means at certain height from surface of earth. Its energy initially was. So what is its energy initially? E of h plus re is equal to half mvi square minus gmme divided by h plus re plus w1. So here I am also utilizing the previous class concept because I need not to say that separately, because you know very well in our physics class, if you start one particular chapter, from starting of that, so whatever we are learning, whatever we are discussing, that knowledge we need to discuss the next class. Okay. So if the object was thrown initially with a speed vi from a point at a distance h plus re from the center of earth, re is the radius of earth, its energy initially was its energy initially was E of H plus Re is equal to half mvi square minus gmme by H plus Re plus W1 is like equation number 2. Is like equation number 2. Now, by the principle of conservation of energy, otherwise by the principle of energy conservation, equations 1 and 2 must be equal. Equations 1 and 2 must be equal, because whatever the energy you are going to give, which is the form of kinetic energy at the starting point of a projectile, must be equal to the energy possessed by the body when it is at certain height. That height may be whatever it is, maybe 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers, whatever it may be, right? But the matter is, by the principle of energy conservation, these two equations must be equal. So if we equate these two, see here, if we equate these two, W1 will get cancelled now. So mvi square by 2 minus g small m capital M divided by H plus Re is equal to mvf square by 2. Right? It is like again equation number 3. It is the equation number 3. mvi square by 2 minus g small m capital M divided by H plus Re is equal to mvf square by 2. mvf square by 2. It is like equation 3. Equation 3. Next, see here, ma. The RHS is a positive quantity. The RHS is a positive quantity with a minimum value 0. The RHS, the right hand side, is a positive quantity. This is what positive quantity with a minimum value 0, and hence right, hence so must be the LHS. So what he is saying is here, ma, this is what RHS is a positive quantity with a minimum value 0, hence so must be the LHS thus, an object can reach infinity as long as Vi is such that. So what can we write? This one you can write now. mvi square by 2 minus g small m capital M by divided by H plus Re is greater than or equal to 0. Greater than or equal to 0. It is like equation 4. The minimum of Vi, the minimum value of Vi corresponds to the case when the LHS of equation 8 point, right, when the LHS of equation, this is what? This is the equation, right? The minimum value of Vi corresponds to the case when the LHS of this particular equation equals 0. Thus, the minimum speed required for an object to reach infinity, that is what? To reach infinity means what? To escape from the earth. To escape from the earth. See here, half m into Vi minimum square is equal to capital G small m capital M divided by H plus Re. Right. Here, using the relation, if the object is thrown from the surface of earth, H is equal to 0, no? So then you can write it as Vi minimum is equal, because mm will get cancelled, ma. So Vi minimum is equal to square root of 2 into capital G capital M E divided by Re, because H is equal to 0, no? Right. Now, here in place of this equation, in place of these terms, if you use this relation, that is what small g is equal to capital G into capital M E divided by Re square, we are getting Vi of minimum is equal to square root of 2 small g into capital Re. This is what you can say, V is equal to square root of 2 or g or 2g r. This is the expression for escape velocity, right? So to escape from the gravitational field of earth, a body required this much of velocity. You know very well, small g is 9.8 meter per second square on surface of earth, and Re is 6,400 kilometers. So by substituting, by taking this value and writing in this expression, you will get this Vi minimum value as 11.2 kilometers per second. This 11.2 kilometers per second is called the escape speed, sometimes loosely called the escape velocity. Escape velocity, right? So this is what we are calling it as escape speed. So if you throw an object, for example, take a piece of stone, and if you throw into vertically upward direction with 11.2 kilometers per second speed, then it won't come back. It will escape from the gravitational field of Earth. Okay, right? That is okay, ma? Right. And one more thing, what I am saying is regarding this equation apply equally well to an object thrown from the surface of the moon with small g replaced by acceleration due to moon's gravity on its surface, and this RE, whatever we have, this RE should be replaced by the radius of the moon. So what he is saying is the escape velocity, what is the escape speed we have on surface of Earth is not same of the escape speed on the moon. It will be different because small g value will be different and capital R value also will be different. No, when small g value and capital R value will be different, then automatically the escape velocity value will be different. And next what I am saying is both are smaller than their values on Earth, but the escape speed for the moon turns out to be 2.3 kilometers per second, right? So what is the escape speed on surface of Earth? It is 11.2 kilometers per second. No? Similarly, if we calculate the escape speed from the moon, it will be 2.3 kilometers per second, about 5 times smaller, because it is 12, no? 11.2 kilometers per second. It is 2.3 kilometers per second, about 5 times smaller. This is the reason the moon has no atmosphere. It's very important question, ma. Why the moon has no atmosphere means this is the reason. The escape velocity on the moon is very less. Gas molecules, if formed on the surface of the moon, having velocities larger than this, will escape the gravitational pull of the moon. That's why we cannot expect any atmospheric molecules on the surface of moon. Okay, right. So in this class we discussed one example problem, that is what example 8.3. In this example 8.3 we calculated potential energy of a system of 4 particles placed at the vertices of a square side L, and we also obtain the potential at the center of the square. Okay, right. So here by considering 4 masses, each of small mass m at the corners of a square side L, we have 4 mass pairs 1, 2, 3, 4, right? At a distance small l, and 2 diagonal pairs at distance root 2 into L. Hence that is what potential energy is. We got it as minus 5.41 g small m square by small l, and then we calculated gravitational potential at the center of the square. So which we got it as minus 4 root 2 g m by l, minus 4 root 2 g m by l. Okay, right. Afterwards we came to discuss the topic escape speed. Okay, right. So what is the escape speed means? The minimum speed required for an object to escape from the field. Suppose for example, by staying on surface of Earth, if you want to define the escape speed, that is the minimum speed required for an object to escape from gravitational field of Earth. So this is not only on Earth, it is a universal. You can calculate the escape speed on moon also. You can calculate escape speed on any another planet also, right? It doesn't matter. But here we are in a discussion about the escape speed on surface of Earth initially. Then that same discussion you can extend to calculate the escape speed on moon, escape speed on Jupiter, escape speed on Mars, etc. Right? Okay. So first, by taking the law of conservation of energy, this is that expression we are getting, that is the total energy of the projectile at infinity, and after that this is what energy initially, right? So by the principle of energy conservation, these 2 equations must be equal. So 1 and 2 must be equal. So when you are equating this, the right hand side term, the minimum value of right hand side term is a positive quantity, with a minimum value 0, right? So must be the LHS. So this LHS should be like this: mv I square by 2 minus capital G small m capital M divided by h plus RE should be, greater than or equal to 0. Then the minimum value of Vi corresponding to the case when LHS of equation 4, right? LHS of equation 4 equals to 0. LHS of equation 4. See here, ma. So observe carefully. LHS of equation 4, right? LHS of equation 3, ma. This is not 4. Sorry for mistake. LHS of equation 3 equals to 0. So this is equal to 0, ma. From this we are writing this one mathematically, right? After this, if the object is thrown from surface of earth, means h is equal to 0, no? So that we are getting Vi of minimum. Vi of minimum is equal to square root of 2g me by Re. By using this relation, we are getting this one. From this, by substituting this expression here, we are getting this one. And by writing the g value and r value related to earth, we are getting 11.2 kilometers per second. That is the minimum speed on surface of earth. Similarly, if we calculate minimum speed on the surface of the moon, by taking acceleration due to gravity of moon and radius of the moon, you will get it as 2.3 kilometers per second, which is about 5 times smaller than the escape speed on surface of earth. Right? Because of the smaller escape speed value on surface of moon, there is no atmosphere. Okay, that is the main reason. Okay, right. So in our next class, we will continue with the next continuation topic. Okay, thank you.